Greetings guys, a warm welcome. Sagittarius, this is your January reading for 2020. Welcome to the new year. I'm actually uploading this video on Christmas Eve night here in New Zealand. I have been busy today preparing all the foods and cooking things for tomorrow for Christmas Day. We have a different sort of experience, I think, down here than a lot of you in the world who may be listening, because of course it is our summer here. So sometimes families get together on the beach and have strawberries and berries and barbecues on the beach, and other times we still stick to the traditional fare of our English background or heritage, which is roast dinners with vegetables and trifles and pavlovas, and we eat at lunchtime often, and then we wind down for the night, and some of us still watch the Queen's Message on Christmas Day. So welcome to those of you about to experience or embark on the tradition of Christmas. Wishing you all a Merry Christmas, and most importantly too, a very happy new year that's coming in, because this is the beginning of a brand new decade. I have been talking about this quite a lot, but I think a lot of people are perhaps not thinking enough about the depth of the decade that's coming in. To begin with, for January, we have an intense planetary alignment coming in, or conjunction of Pluto, Jupiter and Saturn, which hasn't been around or hasn't occurred for nearly 2,000 years. So these are times of immense change, and astrologers are saying this particular conjunction literally heralds the falling of the old and the moulding of the new. So this decade of the 2020 starts off with a powerful eclipse on December the 26th, a second one on January the 10th, and then this mighty conjunction. So more than anything, you can be assured that by the time you get to the end of this decade, your life will not look anything like it does right now. So it's important to focus on what you dream, what you desire of, your intentions, how you would like to see your next 10 years unfold. Now, before we start your reading, I did some intuitive work for you, and you got this mantra, and you can call upon this at any time. And it was, I look and feel fantastic. Here I am, world, open and receptive to all good. So that was like boom, in your face, power. I'm feeling good and I look fantastic. Now, I thought that was really cool, because this, of course, is your energy of the year. You know, we're just ebbing slightly out of that Sagittarian energy now as I upload this, and moving into the Capricorn energy. But this is your time of year, and it's a good time to think and contemplate too about these energies as your birthdays come around or have just been, and focus on what you desire for this next 10-year period, and even if it's just this year coming, the 2020. So let's see for Sagittarius what's in store for you guys. Nearly, not quite. We'll do a little bit more shuffling. So Sagittarius for January, what would you like them to focus on, understand or know? I am finding that these are very intense readings I'm doing for this period, which makes sense. I feel that there's messages within the readings, especially with the last card I'm using, that may take you for far further than just January of 2020. It could be an opening message that takes you a long way through. So Sagittarius 2020 January, what would you like them to know? This is the John Holland Psychic Tarot deck. I do love it. I love the vibration of colours. I love the terms he puts on the cards. This is a lot of shuffling I'm doing here now, guys. Perhaps those first two cards did want to come out at the very beginning. Sagittarius we're calling on. The Five of Pentacles. Financial and material changes, then rejoice in celebration. Sagittarius, January. Okay, well, take that one as well. The heart chakra, a little bit of green coming through there. Sagittarius for January. This is the last shuffle, so whatever comes this time. Okay, we've now got a whole heap of cards down here that want to be activated as well. So let's have a look. The Five of Pentacles, not anyone's favourite card, unfortunately, and it was the first one out. This can mean a change in financial circumstances. It can mean a little bit of a turn. It can mean a slight shortage of finances around this time, but traditionally the fives are quite transient, so it doesn't necessarily have to be long term. I get the feeling that it could be an overburden of things like unexpected bills or waiting on people to pay you money and they're not necessarily paying on time. There's also when it says material changes, these can sometimes be relationship changes. This card can come out when there's a sign that a relationship may be coming to an end, and it can be the intimate relationship, you know, between two people. And it can be the woman that makes the decision to leave a partnership behind, and it can be because of just long-term frustration or feeling as though the partner hasn't been listening or hasn't supported them well enough. So there's a possibility that that could be going on in this reading as well, and that might be why the heart chakra has popped out. But this card can also indicate health issues, so sometimes feeling really deflated. This could be emotional health, but it can also represent physical health, such as things like a flu, so feeling down and no energy, so energyless. Something like bronchitis or pneumonia or a glandular fever is what I was thinking of. Some of these things could be around, so virus type related disorders can also be prevalent at this point in time. You can also feel as though you haven't got the support of your community, like your friends aren't backing you or your family aren't backing you. This might show itself in a slight argument or disagreement with some community related relationships, including family or extended family, and you could just feel like, oh blah, no one's listening to me, no one's understanding my perspective. So again, this is why the heart chakra might come back to feeling a wee bit down or feeling a bit deflated, sometimes with a bit of depression going on in there. The heart chakra for you guys may need initiating, and it may need some help and some input. This beautiful stone here and this stone here, the fluorite, which are both different shades of green, might really benefit the energies of the heart chakra. So we come to this one, the 3, which is a really nice card, and this talks about rejoicing and celebration and actually having friends around who have got your back. So maybe there's a period where some of them are missing, or you are missing their company, or you are having disagreements with certain people, but others are backing you up and supporting you. So don't forget to look out for people backing you up and encouraging you, also emotionally and physical support as well. This can be old friends, it can be woman, and it can be 3 women. Oftentimes this represents partying, hosting parties, or attending lovely social gatherings and events. So that's a really nice positive card. Let's see what these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 represent here. Oh no, I don't like him either. He's deception and envy. He's the 7 of Swords, and when he's out and about, you are being forewarned to be careful of some people around you. There could be charlatans, there could be people trying to deceive you, there could be deception going on at some levels. Sometimes this is global, like things like Facebook being hacked, or your public accounts where you have your social accounts, they can be globally hacked. Banks can be hacked. So just be double sure of your own personal integrity, and that your passwords and things like that, your passports and personal information are being kept safe. The other thing this card can represent is that sometimes it's ourselves who are creating the deception and envy for one reason or another, and that there might be something we're doing that is underhand, or we're hiding it from someone, or we're not quite bringing it to the surface. Sometimes this can be around in situations like affairs or business deals that are a bit shady. If you're doing something that you shouldn't be, or that you know isn't right, or it's not matching your integrity values, it'll go belly up and you'll end up wishing you hadn't done it. So if it is you, be careful and think twice, and if it's not you, then watch out for the people around you. It's a warning card. It's interesting that on this side we're getting these lovely cards, and over here we've got this little bit of negative energy. Not necessarily saying the heart's negative, but for some of you this could be the physical heart that needs checking as well. So there might be problems. Remember I said you could have things like pneumonia or bronchitis. They could be things that affect the lungs and the heart or the chest area for some of you. So I think checking up on your heart could be a really good idea as we're moving into January and the New Year period. But this column here, these two are so polar opposite. These two have got quite weighty, slightly negative energies around them, and these two are so positive and fueled with this love and harmony and brightness and effervescence, trimmed with the beautiful green border, which is the heart or the cups energy, right? So these are cup cards. And the cups are all about emotions, love, relationships, feeling the higher vibrations of life. So I get the feeling almost these two are stacking up here, fighting off the odds of these two. So it could be like a tug of war, a tug of the Titans, a tug of Thor and Zeus or something in the skies, because there's something pulling both ways. And I feel as though you guys have a bit of protection. Regardless of what's going on over here, there's something that has your back, or there's protection, or there's fulfillment of wishes. So when this card turns up, the Nine of Cups, this is the opportunity to make a wish upon a star. Maybe you should do that on New Year's Eve, or when the two eclipses are around on the 26th of December or the 10th of January. And this is when you've got the opportunity to have things happen that you've really been wanting to have happen. These things don't always occur. These timing portals or timelines are not always out there. So when cards like this turn up in a reading, it's probably quite important that you understand it and listen to it, so that you can endeavour to do something with the availability of the way planets are aligned or particular energy that's coming in. I'm seeing just so much green in here, even with this card. And we know the green is talking about the heart, it's talking about emotions, it talks about love and relationships. So for some of you, love and relationships are majorly playing out. This could be the healing of or the breaking up of a relationship that needed to go. Perhaps you've been in a relationship where there has been deception and envy, and one of your wishes was to get out of it, or to move into more harmony, or to balance it out more positively, to feel freedom in your heart area, to be lifted from any feelings of fear, worry, envy, or deception. So you might need to do Reiki, you might need to do spiritual healing, you might need to do meditations, abundance, energy, things like that, which could all be very beneficial for you. Let's see what this next card is. Sacrifice, one major arcana for you. So sacrifice has come in, it's number 12, it's the Hanged Man. It offers, again, this whole propensity of new beginnings, or being at a crossroads in life and having to make a decision about which way to go. And we've got the crossroads in your reading right down here. And this one's piled up more on this side, as if it might mean that it's a wee bit more of a struggle, or the decision to make is a little bit one of a difficult one. And it might be involved around situations that have this Five of Pentacles or the envy and deception card. I also see the illumination coming into her head there, which means sometimes you just become suddenly aware of something that it's like an epiphany or an aha moment, and you go, oh my God, I finally understand what this has all been about. So again, this could relate to other people a little bit in life, I think. Now, the other thing the sacrifice or Hanged Man can represent is timing issues. So it can be that the universe has put something into the slow lane. When you're in an aeroplane and you're coming down to land somewhere, and they put you into that circling thing where the planes have to go round and round and round for ages until they finally spiral down enough and it's their time to land. Well, the sacrifice card is a little bit similar, in as much that you thought you were going to be at the airport or landing at a certain time, and then it's held up by means other than the plane and the landing and the pilot. It's got to do with much bigger perspectives. So this card can be saying to you, there is a greater influence at play that is putting a timing perspective into situations or decisions you are making. And one of the reasons can be that it gives you time to really contemplate carefully the way you are going to move forward, because whichever way you choose, the other way is in essence the sacrifice, because you can't go both ways with decisions. It's one way or the other. So again, it seems like there's quite some momentous movement around things that I think maybe you guys have wanted to settle for a while. Oh wow, look at this. Because I've been splitting them now. This is material harvest, and it's another 9, so 2 9s. 9s are an ending of cycles as well, guys. But this again is a really positive card. So this is the 9 of Pentacles, and it's often considered like a harvest, like this voluptuous feeling of being sated in life and feeling satisfaction. And oftentimes it's about socializing again. So 2 of these cards from different genres, like the Cups and the Pentacles, are both representing happiness and joy and harmony and possible socializing with other people and being grateful for something quite bountiful in your life. You guys are fractured, or there's a dichotomy going on. There's this and this. Maybe you're weighing up half of your life and the other half, and maybe you're pondering which way to go or who to be with or what's going on. But there certainly is great prosperity and abundance and blessings around you. Now, I haven't looked at this card, and it will go in the middle here. So what will it be? Another 5, 2 5s, 2 9s. And we start off a little bit where we ended up, obstacles and challenges. So perhaps you're going around in circles, perhaps you get a time frame or a timeline that is offering you all of this, and then this other timeline is offering you some of this stuff over here. A little more complicated, complex, and fractured off, especially if it involves this heart chakra. This heart chakra also is involved over here, but in a most definite, pleasant, happy, uplifting way. The obstacles and challenges, it's temporary again. It can be to do with career, because this is the wands, and this can be other people just putting in more than they should be, being a pain in the ass, making problems, causing frustrations, sometimes a few arguments, communication, and blocking your creativity and your flow. So if you were wanting a pay rise, you may not get it. If you were wanting a job promotion, you may not get it. Other people are also wanting the same thing. So remember, all this over here is actually telling you you could get the pay rise, you could get the new job, but somehow you have got to bring it all together or mesh it together and make it happen. So I think there's a lot of things that you could be thinking about as January clicks in with this new year energy, and you make the decisions about, are you picking this timeline and positivity and kind of almost euphoria, or are you picking this one with some problems and issues and people that need sorting? Perhaps the two do blend and you manage to work it all out systematically one way or another. But yeah, let's see what's in here just very quickly for Sagittarius for December. Cleanse and detoxify. There's two cards in here that represent the need to do that, and it's these two that you would want to cleanse and detoxify the energies around this, and also maybe the heart, especially if you've got something like a pneumonia or a virus or glandular fever, you know, going on really natural type diets, including herbs and minerals and vitamins, could really help refuel your body and re-energize it. The cleanse and detoxify can also be at the emotional level, and it can be about cleaning toxic people out of your life. I'll read you the words. With great love and respect, we ask you to detoxify your precious and sensitive body. At your request, we'll help you to develop life-affirming ways to deal with stress, as well as ease away sorrow at shedding your old ways. Give your cares, worries and concerns to us and feel the beautiful grace of your newly purified body. But if you read further with the card, it also talks about thoughts and emotions. So if any of you have been having a difficult time with negative feelings or thoughts or people around you, then this is, again, you're getting this message of opportunity to clear it. And we've seen it in the reading, we've talked about it. So I think there's great messages coming for you guys within those words there. So we will now look at this. We're only going to pick one card from here. These are very intense cards. This deck is called the Crystal Mandela Oracle by Alana Fairchild. They are profound, and I think they take a little bit of listening into and pondering upon, and sometimes coming back to see exactly what is in store with the messages. So this is for Sagittarius for January for 2020, the cusp of this new decade. Sagittarius 2020. Oh, okay, so more than one has come out, and I'll just see you. So I'm going to just randomly go like this, and then I'm going to take the third card. It just seems a bit silly because there's three of them, but yeah, well, I can't think of any other way to do it. So I don't know which order they came out. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Angel Lahabiel and Black Tourmaline, Purification. Wow, look at the colours there. The pink, which is the essence of love as well, the pink rays coming in. So Angel Lahabiel and Black Tourmaline, I think that's how you say it, but that's how we've pronounced it, Purification. So I will find Black Tourmaline and I will zoom this card in for you, and then I will read the words from the book. And interestingly enough, guys, look at the number on the card. It is 14, which adds up to 5, and you've already had 2 5s in your reading, so we're now at 3 5s. And when you see these numbers repeating themselves like that, they are important and they are trying to get your attention. So let me just see here. It's also got the crystal angel number at the bottom of 444. Angel Lahabiel and Black Tourmaline, Purification. We bring you the gift of purification. This is a chance to let go of what you no longer wish to hold. It might be a toxic burden within your body, mind, or emotions. Whoa, that is just amazing, isn't it? You know, when you think of this card that was also here, and I said to you, it's not necessarily just your body that they're asking you to cleanse and detoxify, but it can be much deeper than this. And I think where we're finding things are heading at the moment is we're talking about many lifetimes of cleansing, and in particular cleansing of karmic issues, of family lineage issues, of mental health issues within family lines and things like that. So that's why I've said these readings are very, very powerful, and they will go much deeper than just January. So I think this is worthy to come back and meditate with it any time that you like. And for some reason I'm really compelled, and I haven't done this before, but I'm going to put this Lemurian stone seed crystal healer, it's a doorkeeper, on this cleanse and detoxify. It's matching the colour palette really well. So it's a tangerine Lemurian doorkeeper. It opens doors into past lives in a very strong way as well. And I just, for some reason, the black and the orange are sitting there beautifully. So I'll go back to reading from the book anyhow. This is your chance to let go of what you no longer wish to hold. It might be a toxic burden within your body, mind, or emotions you wish to be freed from so you can feel lighter, happier, and more energized to attend to the things that matter most. We come to you at a time when you have been overloaded with energies, thoughts, or even perhaps physical toxins or possessions inhibiting your capacity for joy and vibrancy. If there is any fear within at the prospect of releasing something from your life, be reassured. This cleansing is a loving grace that will help you feel happier. We are not here to take anything from you, but rather to free you from whatever you no longer wish to hold on to. The more you are willing to allow us to assist in this process, the better and clearer you shall feel. Insights into your relationships, choices in life, and issues that may have confused you will become very clear. You will become more aware of your truths and feel empowered to live your life on your own terms. There is only benefit to gain here, and our blessings come straight from the loving heart of the divine to assist you. When purification is offered, you need to release something that isn't serving you. It could be anything from a relationship to a belief system, a physical toxin that has become stuck in your body, or an emotional block preventing you from taking the next step on your life path. It may even be physical possessions that don't mean as much to you as they once did, that could be given away to help another person instead. This creates space for you to receive what is meaningful. If you think you might have been picking up the thoughts, feelings, energy, or moods of others, this oracle brings you confirmation that this has been taking place, having a negative effect on you, and is now going to be rectified through divine intervention. If you have been thinking of doing any sort of spring cleaning of mind or home, for example, then this oracle brings you that confirmation. Sometimes you can become so used to carrying something around that it starts to feel natural to do so. It isn't until you no longer have that burden that you realize exactly how much easier your life is without it, and how you didn't need to hold on to it at all. Attachment is a powerful force, however, and fear can have you reactively holding on to the very thing that is going to drown you, whilst trying to convince you that it's your life raft. During this time, the oracle brings you a message. Trust in what is happening in your life, including the people, places, or things that seem to be slipping from your grasp. Holding tighter is not the best strategy here. You have been expending energy, becoming drained through some of your attachments no longer in your best interests. Sometimes out of fear, you hold on when letting go would actually bring you what you want. You may be surprised as you loosen your grip and hold a lovingly detached and curious attitude at exactly what remains effortlessly in your life and what is released freely. You will also be delighted at how much better you feel and what is given to you in return for your trusting surrender. A mild anxiety or uncertainty about letting go is a sign you are breaking through a fear barrier into more trust and openness to life. Those feelings will pass into joy soon enough. If there is something deeper happening, perhaps you are feeling absolute terror at the prospect of releasing a person, place, behaviour or thing, even though you know it is best to do so, then be comforted. The divine has infinite compassion. You will not be forced, but you will be asked to hand over what the divine knows is not right for you. You always have free will, and you can always choose to keep holding on, but in your heart you know that the divine has only your best interests at heart, and there is so much the universe wants to give you. To receive it, however, you'll need to create some room. It is safe to let go. It helps you receive. Remember that if you are asked to hand over the scraps you have come to believe are your treasures, it is only so you can be gifted with the sacred feast. And yet still, you have every right to do so in your own time. Force is not needed here. Purification happens more deeply when there is relaxation and surrender into the process. You will not tighten up in resistance and feel unnecessary pain when you know you are choosing to trust in the divine plan and release what you do not need from a place of peace and personal power. Nor is there any need for guilt or shame. There are more poisons in the world at this time than ever before, and yet with that, there are more opportunities for healing as well. This is part of the divine mystery that you are blessed with protection and intervention to be free from harmful situations and substances now. Follow your hunches and let life provide you with what you need most. And that, Sagittarians, is the end of your reading for January. A very powerful set of circumstances and offerings to contemplate. As I said, you may feel that you wish to revisit this later in the year, or when you feel ready, or when you can see if there's something that you really want to let go, or feel that it should be let gone or get gone. Hey, thanks for subbing everyone and liking the video. Thank you for leaving your comments. It's lovely when you all take part of the community process. I wish you all a very blessed Christmas if you celebrate it. If you don't, a very merry festive season coming up. Be safe, everyone, and most of all, a very happy transition into the new decade ahead. Much love. Namaste.